So, when you picture surgery, what comes to mind? I bet it's a super high stakes, high tech operating room, right? But what if I told you the most crucial part of a life saving procedure happens way before the first cut, with just a pen and some paper? It's kind of like architecture, but for the human body. And every single operation starts with a blueprint. And that's really the big question we're diving into. How do you actually draw a map for a trip inside a person's body? I mean, how do you chart a course through the incredibly complex living landscape of someone's arteries to fix a problem that could be deadly? This is a journey where every single millimeter matters. Okay, so the challenge starts right here. This simple drawing shows something called an abdominal aortic aneurysm, or a AAA. Basically, it's a dangerous weak spot, a bulge, in the wall of the aorta, which is like the body's main superhighway for blood. Now, if that bulge bursts, it's catastrophic, and that's exactly why the planning has to be so meticulous. It is, quite literally, a matter of life and death. Now, you might think the fix for this is all lasers and robots. And yeah, the modern solution is a minimally invasive procedure called EVAR. But here's the kicker. The success of this futuristic technique depends almost entirely on a surprisingly old-school tool, a detailed, hand-drawn blueprint. That's right, I'm not kidding. Before any of the fancy, advanced surgical devices ever get used, the most important instrument in the surgeon's hands is a simple pen. It's just proof that in medicine, the preparation is every bit as critical as the procedure itself. And here it is. This is the blueprint. I know, it might just look like a sketch, but this drawing is the absolute master plan for the entire operation. It takes this whole world of complex digital data and translates it into a single, easy-to-understand map that the entire surgical team can literally get on the same page with. And these little notes are not just doodles. They are vital. Accessory will be covered. That tells the team a smaller side branch artery is going to be sealed off on purpose. Stenosis with Ca2+? Okay, that's a huge one. It's pointing out a narrow spot that's hardened with calcium, a major roadblock. Think of it like trying to snake a wire through a rusty, clogged pipe. You even have explicit warnings like, be careful, deep femoral artery, and reminders of past surgeries like patchplasty, which tells the surgeon, hey, someone's been here before, the anatomy isn't standard. Every little note is a critical piece of the puzzle. So, how in the world does a surgeon create a guide this detailed? Well, it's this fascinating process that perfectly blends cutting-edge tech with, that irreplaceable touch of human expertise. It all kicks off with a super high-resolution 3D scan of the patient's arteries. Then all that digital info gets loaded into some pretty specialized software for analysis. But here's the most important step. The surgeon, with their own hands, translates that flood of digital information into this one focused, hand-drawn map. It's all about taking this immense complexity and boiling it down to its essential life-saving information. Which brings us to what might be the most critical part of this whole blueprint, the measurements. Because in this world, there is absolutely no room for error. We're talking about a single millimeter being the difference between success and, well, failure. The first, and maybe most important measurement, is for the anchor point. Think of this like the foundation of a house. It's a healthy section of the aorta, right below the arteries going to the kidneys, where the repair device is going to get a solid, leak-proof grip. If this anchor isn't perfect, the whole structure could fail. And here's a really clever detail. To get that absolutely perfect seal, the device they choose is intentionally about 20% larger than the artery itself. This oversizing creates this constant outward pressure, like a spring-loaded force that holds it tight against the artery wall and prevents any blood from leaking around it. It's actually a pretty genius move. But, the human body is rarely a straight line, right? What happens when the anatomy isn't just a simple straight tube? Sometimes that perfect anchor point is sitting on a really sharp curve, what surgeons call an angulated neck. And that, as you can imagine, complicates things a lot. It means they've got to adjust the plan. And this is where the art of surgery, the experience, really comes into play. For these really tricky, angled cases, the blueprint calls for an adjustment. Instead of that standard 20% oversize, surgeons will bump it up to 30%. They're building in an even bigger margin of safety to make absolutely sure they get a perfect seal, even on that difficult curve. Now look at this, because this right here shows why that blueprint is so critical. If you just measure the aneurysm in a straight line, you might get, say, 138 millimeters. But the repair device has to travel the true winding path of the artery, what's called the centerline. And that actual distance, it's 221 millimeters. That is a massive difference. It changes everything. Honestly, if you chose a device based on that straight line number, it would be a complete disaster. It would be way too short to do the job. This is exactly why mapping that true centerline path is absolutely 100% non-negotiable for a good outcome. So, when you pull all of these pieces together, the blueprint, the warnings, the super precise measurements, it all really comes down to one single powerful philosophy. It's something you hear a lot in the surgical world, often called the 6 Ps. Prior, proper planning prevents poor performance. It just perfectly sums up this whole idea that the meticulous, almost artistic prep work is just as important, maybe even more important, than the technical skills used in the procedure itself. This incredible blend of high-tech imaging and just fundamental, hands-on planning is what makes so much of modern surgery possible. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If a hand-drawn map is still a critical life-saving tool today, what in the world will the surgical blueprints of tomorrow even look like?